We have a urinal, but it's in a stall. It's weird in the men's room. There's three stalls. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead. Yeah.
What was that? I don't. No, go ahead. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
There's three stalls. There's a big, huge, the palatial estate handicap stall, and then in the center is just a regular toilet bowl stall, and then the third stall is got a urinal in it.
Okay, so is it only does it have a door to that stall? Okay, that's insane.
Yeah.
That is
So-
that is actually insane.
True. But here's the thing. So when I was trying to close it, it's a very heavy door. So if you push it with gusto, it becomes this like this giant slab almost. And I tried to catch it from hitting, and the little sliding latch thing that goes between the strike panel.
Right.
So it'd be it would normally hit like this, and then you have the thing that goes there.
Yeah.
My finger got stuck into like that, and it got crushed.
Yeah.
And it broke skin, and it was bleeding profusely, and I had to run around the building being I don't know where bandages are. And I found a bandage, thankfully.
I say, did you find they don't have a first aid kit that's just sitting there available that you know where to go? That seems like a failing for especially a public institution.
There's a wellness room, and that's where I found it. But I had to wait for the door to the wellness room to open up so that I can go in there, because I didn't know what kind of wellness was being needed in that room at that time.
What do you mean you had to wait for the door to open?
Well,
Was it being a safe space and you weren't allowed to enter?
Yes, so it could be anything.
Okay.
So it could be any.
was.
Normally, the wellness room is reserved. I think it was some law that was passed years ago, and it finally went into effect a number of years ago, where it's set aside for women who are nursing or need to pump or something like that.
Okay.
Here's the problem: 99% of the time, your office is not going to have a woman who's nursing or pumping or anything like that.
Mommy, I want some milk.
Oh, sure, Angel. Come here. I'll give you a little something. Slow down, honey. Not such a big gulp. You're going to get a tummy ache.
The fact that there's a urinal in a stall is mind-boggling to me. And it's not just a matter of, I thought you were almost kind of saying, well, there's two stalls in a urinal, and so by process of design, by default, the urinal is in a stall but it has a door. And that's what makes it kind of insane. Because where were we? Oh, when we were at Riggs last weekend, I couldn't help but notice in the men's room
There was no little divider
no
things.
no
No?
the guys that went to the stalls to go to pee. That would
Were
come
the
in-
urinals used up, though?
No, that's the point.
Oh.
That's my point. I'm standing there all by my lonesome.
Wow.
There's even room for more on
Did you see the clientele?
But it's just come on, we're that insecure now? I also noticed I was at at sort of a water park I used to go to when I was a kid.
Racing Rapids?
No, Liz, jeez, oh God, I'm calling you Liz. Alex, stop guessing. The bigger, broader story, stay with me, is I walked into the locker room, and when I was a kid, it was just a bunch of shower heads, and now they're all stalls. And it's we used to be much more libertine as a country, and we have become increasingly
Puritanical?
and prudish.
Prudish. We've turned back the clocks. The pendulum is swinging back to the 1660s of American history.
We have. It is kind of notable that we are in an era where grown men can't urinate next to each other. They have to go hide in the stalls. I mean,
The stalls are next to each other.
It made me feel like a fucking Chad, to be honest. I'm just I'm peeing here, guys.
Whip it out.
A bunch of babies can't pee next to me.
Yeah, just looking out that two-way mirror and looking at the beer.
I mean, it wasn't even I even can get, although I would never do it because I'm not a big baby. I even would get it if there wasn't a gap available with a urinal between. But this was just two, I think it's 2 and 1 in me. And it was there is room here, and it wasn't, and he was that was a pee situation. Because then here's the other thing. Here's the other guy thing. So if you're going to go pee in the urine in the stall because all of the toilet or the urinals are taken up, do you leave the door open? Which is like sort of like an additional.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I would say that if this was good example. If this is like a sporting event like Wrigley, and a lot of times they might just have stalls in there for toilets and stuff. You usually just don't close the stall door behind you because you're just pissing in a bowl. Yeah, and you just need it's a rapid turnaround.
Yes, it's rapid turnaround, and that's my kind of thing. And it's also just sort of like, I don't know, it's a symbolic gesture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, stop being a bunch of wusses.
If I have if I got the boys with me and it's like they need to go pee, then of course I'm going to close the door behind them. Yeah.
That's a whole other.
But if it's me, myself.
Kids change the entire thing.
They're still having trouble. Like they still go full trout on the floor.
I appreciate people taking their kids into the stall and just having like family bathroom time, as opposed to trying to do it all in like at the urinal. That's just, come on. We don't need this. You take it behind closed doors.
Have them practice back there.
Yeah. It's like, it's not especially in a high
turnaround.
High traffic area. Let's not worry about, training time. Let's just worry about, and then, because then it always turns into, okay, like kid 1 and kid 2, and then dad has to go, and then the kids are just like standing there. It's like, I don't need this. I'm pee shy to begin with. I don't need. Oh, you do that?
Yeah,
you bring the kids in, and then you do.
We go. We're the a-holes that go into the big, huge handicap stall because
that's fine.
I've never seen anybody use it that had to be like, it was like specifically purpose used for.
That's true, but you don't want to be the one who's in there when the person who does need it.
Yeah, so it's a gamble on knowing you and me and how things have gone in our lives, and a lot of times it's like, we're going to be the person who does that.
No, what I'm saying is I don't want you guys doing that at the urinals next to me. I'm trying to pee, and and you're juggling kids, and then you're trying to pee, and I'm just like, this is stressing me out. I can't now. I'm.
Oh no, I was referring to like the person who needs that special stall to show up when we're using it and stuff.
Alex.
Yeah.
I said, never mind. But track with me here. I said that I didn't want to deal with someone and their kids next to me peeing, and you put your hand up and said you were guilty of that, but you meant that you were doing it in the handicapped stall.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care if you're doing that in any stall. I just don't want it to be happening next to me when I'm trying to pee, because it fucking stresses me out. And then I can't pee, and then I leave and have to wait for you to.
So you have performance anxiety.
Oh, for sure.
At the urinal. Okay.
There's nothing worse than being like 3 guys in a row trying to pee, and it's just silent. There's no music. There's no.
It takes longer the older you get.
Oh yeah,
you're like, that
like,
prostate.
I can't. Somebody's got to break the silence, because I'm not going to be the one to do it. And then then you're in a situation, in my opinion. You're in like you either are in it, you're committed, and you're gonna finish this, or you just cut your losses and say, I'm gonna go back to the movie seat and wait another 10 minutes, and hopefully then I can get up to an empty bathroom instead of three guys in a row who can't pee because we're all having anxiety over this.
And then here comes the dad with the daughter.
Okay, so that's a whole other issue. To me, if I had a daughter, they would always be in the stall. Like, there's no scenario where they're not in the stall. Where it's just like, sorry, this is like this is a father-daughter situation. Kind of sucks, but that's just what it's like. Yeah. Do it in the stall, please. Yeah, the worst part is when it's like there's backed up traffic, and then they have to wait for a stall. And it's just like, it's like the beginning of 3 Men and a Little Lady. There's the scene where they like put a blindfold on her and take her in because she's like 6 years old or something.
We used to, Eric and I when we just had Nicholas, we would just kind of trade off between me and her to take him to the bathroom. But now that he's older, he's just kind of defaulted to me taking him to the men's room, and then Zachary is the one that ends up having to go with Erica. Yeah, just because he's still cute and adorable, and he's just not going to be like pointing and being like,
Yeah. Well, what about when? I mean, I think Nicholas is 6, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think he's crossed that boundary. What do you do if it's Nicholas and Erica alone at a store?
I think she just ends up taking him.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, or she tries to find like maybe one of those like I know family bathrooms, whatever they call it. You know.
See, in my era, or our era, it was, I think, at around 6 years old, it's like you're on your own. You're getting sent into that bathroom with a bunch of grown men, and you got to fend for yourself. And like, here's a knife and a canteen. You get a pocket knife and a canteen. Go try to pee. Because that was maybe this is why I'm pee shy. Because I remember being in the drive-in movie theater in Aurora, being like, because those were like the long ones that go all the way to the floor.
Oh, they're like built like the porcelain built into the floor kind,
all the way down, and like it's like you had to stand 2 feet away to pee into it. Yeah. And so then there was those urinals too that were just like the lip was like way too long.
It was almost like it was like, am I supposed to sit? Am I supposed to rest my balls on this? Like, why is it? Why is it like this?
Because
it's weird.
It doesn't want you. They didn't want you to pee on the floor. That's why. That's what that was.
You get close up to it,
right? Anyhow, so then there was that whole experience of being, but I've been, not recently because I don't go out in public anymore, but when I was a more social younger man, there have been multiple times, especially at places like, let's say, Navy Pier or shopping malls or things, where I'd come out of the bathroom and like there'd be a mom who's like, "Excuse me, can you go back in and ask if Jeremy is okay?"
Interesting.
And I'm like, she's like, "Oh, he's my son. Like, can you just go ask, just like yell in there and see how he's doing?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then it'd be like, "Huh?" And it'd be like, "Is there Jeremy in here?" And then I hear this voice. It's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "How you doing, buddy? Your mom wants me to ask how you're doing." And there's like these 2 little legs dangling under the thing, and and I'm just like, "Okay." And so
at least you seemed friendly enough to the mom for you to be able to be the messenger.
Yeah, and I come out and was like, because he was like clearly like 6-7 years old. And then it's this, "Oh yeah, he's doing fine. He'll sort of be out in a couple minutes." Or the other experience I had was a woman who I came out and she was like, "Are there any other men in there?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "Okay, because my son's in there and I want to go check on him." And it's like, "Okay, I'll just..."
So you become the doorman.
I become the doorman of the and be like, "Yes, ma'am, you go investigate. I'll stand here for a minute or two while you go." Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Official mom business is going on in there. You're not allowed to enter. So
funny.
It's a hard thing to juggle as a parent, I would imagine.
It is, yeah. There was one time recently at a local restaurant here in town. Nicholas just needed to go to the bathroom, so I was just like, we could see him from where we were sitting, and we're like, "Okay, you go to the bathroom," and stuff like that. I'm like, "Okay," so he goes in there, does whatever he needs to do, and he's back within like a minute and stuff, which is fine because it's, we've eaten there a lot and stuff like that. We're not that far away. It's not like, a mall or a big box store of some sort. So I just hope he washed his hands. More likely than not, but it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, that's what I keep busting him for when I'm there.
You do all the time.
I hear him go in there, and then he just comes out, and I'm like, "Nicholas, flush the toilet, wash your hands."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Zachary's new thing is to just like leave. Also, I'm just like, "Dude, did you flush the toilet?" He's like,
"What's what I mean?
Sorry,
we got
Daddy."
Nobody wants to walk into that.
No.
But being a parent, especially, it's like a juggling act between your comfort, as in you being comfortable with your kid, and other people, strangers' comfort with your kid being around. It's like this weird juggling act of, I'm sure most parents don't want to send their 6-year-old son, especially in 2024, into the men's room alone. And then it's like, is there another exit in there? Is there some other? Is there like a janitor's closet that's
it's also weird. Like you've probably come across it where you sometimes go to bathrooms and they have that weird design where it's almost there's like 2 sections to the bathroom and they're both mirror images of each other.
Yeah, and then there's like 2 entrance and exits. Like especially at movie theaters, they do that thing where it's like that. Yeah,
and you're just like and. There's been times where I almost get like lost in there because I get turned around when I'm like, washing my hands and drying, and I'm just like, okay, which urinal did I come out of? Where's everybody else exiting to?
If Alex can't figure out how to get out of the men's bathroom at a movie theater, what hope does his son have?
I don't know. Pretty bad. We're supposed to be going to the movie theater tomorrow also.
Oh, what are you seeing?
We're going to go and see one of the Puss in Boots movies.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't know which
tomorrow?
one. There's like a bunch of them.
I
took the day off,
okay.
like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Gotcha. Yeah.
We got like this giant, humongous popcorn pail that you pay like $5 and you get unlimited like popcorn for it and stuff.
Is it refilled. You and Nicholas or you and both boys?
I got the boys.
Both of them. Okay.
Yeah, because she has like a work meeting thing. That
at 8:30 a.m. I know because I talked to somebody that works with your wife now.
Yes.
What did you... I think that there's...
Oh, hi, welcome to the show, kids.
Yes, I think that there's a segment there.